Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Mason. Welcome back to the channel, man. So guys, today I know a lot of you have been asking me about what settings I've been using recently because it doesn't look like my old video where I was using 6.6, and I totally understand that. So today we're going to be going over everything: general tab, graphics tab, audio tab, controller settings tab, everything. But before I do, I want to show you guys my controller that I use. So I actually just use a regular DualShock controller with this Sony back button attachment for some paddles. As you guys can see on the back, when I click this, it shows the X and circle. But I mean, guys, I have scuffs. I have 2 different battle beavers, and I don't even use those. I actually end up going back to this DualShock controller just because it fits my hands perfectly. Paddles are in a great position. The sticks feel really nice. They're super loose, just like I like it. Like this controller right here has stick tension in the right stick, and then this controller just feels really clunky. Probably because I haven't broke it in yet, but still, if I don't use this, my shot is completely off and I just can't shoot straight. And then also on my right stick right here, I use a blue Warzone Control Freak. But now that we got my controller out of the way, let's hop right into the settings. All right, so keyboard and mouse doesn't really matter because I don't play keyboard and mouse. I have never touched it. I actually really suck on keyboard and mouse, so forget this entire tab. Onto the general, I use 120 FOV on affected ADS field of view. The difference between this and independent is independent zooms in super far when you guys aim down sight, and then affected keeps it more zoomed out and you don't get as much visual recoil. So definitely go on affected if you guys are not on that yet. This is a big one that nobody really knows about my gameplays. I keep my horizontal and vertical HUD bounds super small, so they're super compact on my screen, so I don't have to look very far left and right, up or down, to see, you know, where my mini map is or how much ammo I have in my gun. Keeps it so I can still have my peripheral vision on the center of my screen while looking at other things. So it's very nice to put this on 0 or maybe like 20 or 30. Down to the HUD section in the general tab, definitely put the mini map on square. Mini map rotation enabled. If you have this disabled, it moves your character but not the map. But if you have it enabled, it moves the map, not your character. And then just for the telemetry, I keep my FPS, server latency, and packet loss on, which is this stuff up here in the left corner. Latency is just your ping to the game, and then packet loss. Man, if I see I have packet loss in a game, I'm backing out instantly. Packet loss is the worst thing to play with. Under my graphics tab, I play on full screen borderless so I can tab out of my game and go to my other monitor. Render resolution, keep that on 100. Don't ever change that. VSync, turn that off if you have it on. Custom frame rate limit, I did have it limited to 120 because my monitor can't really go over 120 usually, and when it does, I just feel like it's pushing it too much. But recently I've also just put it on unlimited because it really doesn't matter. NVIDIA highlights, disable that. NVIDIA reflex low latency, turn that on enabled boost if you have it. Into my details and textures, my streaming quality is on low. I don't know if this has any difference at all, but it says that it favors texture performance over quality, so I want the most performance I can, so I just put that on low. Texture resolution, put that on low. Texture filter, put that on low. Particle quality, this is a big one. Put this one on high because if you see stuff in the distance and it's on low, it's going to be super blurry and you're not going to be able to see anything. So I just put that on high. Bullet impacts and sprays, this doesn't matter. I keep mine on enabled. Tessellation and on-demand texture streaming, I have those both disabled. Shadow map resolution, I put that on low. Both of the cache shadows, I put them on disabled. Particle lighting, put that on normal. Ray tracing disabled. Ambient occlusion disabled. Green space reflection, put that on disabled. As you guys can see, it's kind of a trend here. You just turn everything off. Fill mix strength, I put that on 0. I don't know actually what this does, but I heard putting it on 1 is probably better if you don't have the anti-aliasing on the max. So I'm actually going to keep that on 1 now. Anti-aliasing, put that on 1x. You can turn this off if you want to, but it really doesn't matter. I think the 1x is kind of smooth but also kind of sharp, so it's definitely my favorite one. Then everything else, just turn that off. I do have the dynamic resolution on enabled though, so what this actually does is it puts like a bottom limit on what your frames are going to get at. So if right now mine's on 60 frames per second, now it's never going to go under 60 frames per second in game. It will actually turn down your graphics settings so your frame rate can stay up in the 60-70 range wherever you guys are at. Now if your monitor is pushing 120 frames, don't put this at 120. Put it on 60 or 50. It's just so you don't get those really bad, you know, frame rate drops. For my audio, I play on boost high, turn the music volume off, master volume on 25%, but as you guys know, I do have a Go XLR now, so everything pretty much just runs through this. I don't really mess with this at all anymore. Now into my controller settings. This is what all you guys want to know. So here we are, man. Button layout, I play default. I got paddles, as you guys know, on my controller, so I just use those for X and circle. For my dead zone, I play in a 0.05. I think this is a good little medium. Sometimes I do see myself wanting to go down to like 0.02 or 0.03, but I just keep it on 0.05 just because I'm used to it. Not really any sense in changing it up. Now this is a little bit different. So my boy Capture actually told me about this. He used 77.89 and I was like, bro, you're crazy for doing that. There's like not even a difference between this low zoom. As you guys know, I was on 661 times before. And this is actually the crazy thing. I think bumping my sensitivity up and bringing my ADS sensitivity down actually made me better, because as you guys know, 7.7, you're going to be moving pretty quick. When I aiming down sight, it's a little bit slower, a little bit more controllable. I just found myself liking 77.89 a lot more than 661 times. And I calculated this. I think it's like a 6.2 sensitivity when you're aiming down sight. So not even a bad sensitivity right there. It's not too slow, not too fast. It's kind of just perfect. Aim response curve, dynamic, controller vibration. I play with this on. I'm sorry. I know it's freaking disgusting, man, but I love controller vibration. I cannot play with it off. It'll literally mess my shot up so bad. Aim assist standard. This is a big one right here that everyone's having a fuss over, and that's the scale aim assist FOV. Now I played with this on and off, and it seemed like when it was off, it gave you a little bit more of a bubble of aim assist around the person. But the reason I still have it enabled is because I'm just so used to having it enabled that turning it off really messed up my aim like really bad. So if you guys are just getting into the game and you don't know which one to pick, just stick with it off. Trust me, you want to get good with it off, because you barely need to touch your right stick when controlling recoil. It's ridiculous. Some other big ones here is contextual tap. You guys already know about contextual tap. Armor plate behavior, apply all, always. And if you do want to cancel this, by the way, if you're holding triangle and it's just automatically putting them in and you need to cancel it, just tap triangle one more time and it will stop. Side behavior, this needs to be on tap. Auto tac sprint, definitely have that enabled. And then disable the vehicle camera resensor, and to also disable the parachute auto deploy. Probably the most annoying ones right here. It's so annoying. But yeah, those are all my settings that I've been using recently. I've been using 7.89 since about, I would say 3 weeks ago. Anyways, it's been Mason. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please like and subscribe down below. That'd be much appreciated. Jimmy, I'm freaking looking at you, man. You better like this freaking video, because you're asking for my settings this whole time. Yeah, like I said, it's been Mason. I'll see you guys on the next video, baby. Let's get it.